Yo, 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 what is up, podcast? Man, it's your host, Big Corpse, back again with another episode of The Smoking Section, where we bring you the hottest topics and the most fierce conversations. Listen, I want to take a second and just thank everybody truly from the depth of my heart for you guys listening to the podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, wherever it's at and you're listening. I want to say thank you. The fact that I understand that my voice is resonating through, an audio speaker somewhere else in the world truly makes me happy. And I'm very, very thankful for the opportunity to be able to do this show every single day that I do it. You know what I mean? Second off, I want to say thank you to the Corpse fam and all of Corpse Collection, KORPSX Collection.com. Go check it out, man. Support the brand, support me, support this movement. If you guys like the podcast, that's the way that I'm financing it. The more support I get, the more content I can bring, the higher quality of content I can bring, the higher, better everything I can do for you guys. So help me help you, help me help you. Yeah. The redundancy of that is amazing. I love that eternal cycle of helping each other. Today's podcast is something that I want to talk about, is something that has been weighing on my mind heavily here the past few days. I've been listening to a lot of different podcasts than my normal, Gary Vaynerchuk Breakfast Club, and Breakfast Club. I'm adding a lot of the Joe Rogan Experience. Also picked up a couple other podcasts. One that I really appreciate is Wisdom of the Sages. If you guys can go check them out, it's an awesome podcast, a really easy listen. If you want to get into more of, life alignment and spirituality, it's, they talk about the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita and the yogi practices and the practices of yoga and the teachings of Krishna. And it's something that they were talking about where in my life right now, I'm experiencing it so much. And I've experienced it so much the past few years. And unfortunately enough, I wasn't aware to this, internal struggle until now, and now I'm able to really process it and understand it, hone it, and recognize it. So we all live in a struggle day to day of an eternal struggle of life and death. You know what I mean? And this struggle is something that we experience, once, twice, 3, 5, 1,000 times. There's a saying that a coward dies 1,000 times. A real man dies but once. And that saying came to my head when I heard one of the hosts talk about how we are trying to escape the material and death and rebirth. That is what we aspire to escape. And it's so strange to think of that. So taking those two things and putting it together, a coward dies 1,000 times, So I think coward in this sense can be used for a man or a woman or a being who is afraid to travel into the spirituality of themselves, who are afraid of the divinity that lives within ourselves, who is afraid or maybe anxious about uncovering some of our darker sides that live within our hearts and in our soul. Our soul is a pure being, right? This darkness attaches onto this being through outside forces, whether it's your mom and dad or a boyfriend and girlfriend, or maybe you just got the shit into the stick. Whatever it may be, these things attach onto us, and we have to remind ourselves that we are pure beings. We are pure in our existence amongst the multiverse, amongst all of reality. We are a pure spiritual light having a human experience here on earth. we get so wrapped up in the material. Yeah, and people get confused with thinking that the material world is simply, you know, fancy clothes and fancy cars. It's not. The material world is also the desire, you know, the desire of the flesh. You know, people who like to have, you know, raunchy sex or casual hookups. They like to just do that. You know what I mean? That's a desire of the material world. There's people, you know, like even like myself and some of my confidants like to smoke a lot of weed. You know what I mean? And there's a desire to have that altered state of being. And, you know, some people get so indulged in it that they forget that our alignment with our spirituality is the highest form of altered reality. When we align ourselves within our spirituality, when we align ourselves with the Most High, when we align ourselves, you know, with everything that we're doing in our life, we realize that everything that we need and want, we already have it. Everything you need, you already have. You know, especially if you're listening to this podcast right now. Could you imagine growing up somewhere in fucking, you know, a war-torn country or a place that has never seen electricity? Imagine living the life you live and then being dropped in a place where you had to walk 7-8 miles for fresh water. You know, you would take showers much differently. A lot of the things of this material world will start to peel away from you, right? And so bringing this back full circle, don't be a coward who dies 1,000 deaths. Don't be afraid to open up your mind and open up your spirit to the idea that somebody has it worse than you and they are happy. Yeah, just because we are born and accustomed to this world that we know, whether you are in America, Canada, Mexico, England, you know, Costa Rica, Brazil, it doesn't matter where you are born, right? We are all born with this amazing being. We are this amazing being born into this human body, I should say, right? Like, that is like the greatest thing to fucking think of, you know what I mean? So the phones and the clothes and the sex and the drugs and the music and the this and the that, it just doesn't have as much value, right? And I needed to get that off my chest. You know, something to me is, for me, aligning myself with my true being. Realigning myself to understand who I am, right? My mom told me a little story one time, and a saying that stuck with me was, you know, sometimes to be who you are meant to be, you got to remember who you were. And so, not who you were before you met your ex-boyfriend, you know, not who you were before you took the bad job, who you were, you know, all this. But who were you right before this human body took capture of the soul? Before we were entrapped into this human experience, who were we? Who were you right before that moment? Right before this body said, "Gotcha, bitch." You know what I'm saying? So don't be the coward that dies 1,000 deaths. Open yourself up to the thoughts, to the prayers, to the mantras, to all the everything of this being of who you truly are. Yeah, a lot of us shy away from our spirituality, and we shy away from looking at our mistakes in life because we're afraid of the damnation of a place. You know, some people who believe in hell, you know, I mean, we fear damnation. The people who believe in the process of reincarnation, they fear being reincarnated again. They fear it. They want to escape it. People, you know, want to escape going to hell, so they might not talk or accept their sins as much or their bad karma as much. Instead, they just try to pray it away. And that's, to me, you know, and from what I'm learning, is really not the way to do it. It's like putting a Band-Aid on something You know what I mean? It's like brushing it under the rug, thinking that somebody else is going to take care of it for you. Now, holding on to guilt is another thing. That's different, right? All I'm talking about is the acknowledgement, saying, damn, I did somebody wrong, or, oh, I did this wrong, or, ooh, I hurt their feelings. You know what I mean? And letting go of the guilt, yeah, but still gaining a clarity and an understanding and a truth, so that when you move forward in the world, you understand. There's more understanding there, yeah, and awareness there. You know, to be truly conscious to me is understanding and being aware of everything happening around you, yeah, everything happening around us and happening for us. It's been a really great study that I've really started to try to dive into. And I really recommend people getting into more things, and diving in and understanding the true nature of it all. I thought yoga was just fucking, a bunch of stretches that people did in these stretchy pants on a little pad. But there's so much more to it. There's so much depth into what they're teaching. There's so much knowledge, you know what I mean? And I've never been a devout Christian, right? But I have read the Bible, and I have, I went to church many times growing up, you know what I mean? Sunday school, the whole thing. I even at one point devoted my life to Jesus Christ in the religion of Christianity. But as I grew up, things changed, you know what I mean? But one thing I could tell you for sure, that there's a lot of lessons that I've learned through the Bhagavad Gita and also through the Bible that, they walk hand in hand. These things walk hand in hand, you know what I mean? So whatever holy scriptures you guys are picking up, whatever, things that you guys are using to enlighten yourself and to uplift your spirit, I hope that you guys do more of it, you know what I mean? I pray that you do more of it. So listen, I know I kind of like wavered a little bit on the topic, but I hope that you guys got it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm on my way home right now on the 101. You guys know, if you're a Californian or if you've ever been in California, traveling up the 101 at 5 o'clock, is really fucking tough. So I'm making my way through traffic, recording this podcast for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please share it. Please show a friend. Yeah, and if you need to listen to it 5,000 times, I encourage you to do so. Yeah, I encourage you to live your life at its full capability. Yeah, and when we die, let us die but once. Let us have the courage to look inside. Let us have the courage to look inside and understand, to be aware, to hold no guilt. Yeah, we're just out here trying to make it. If you guys can, please check out the website. It's www.korpsxcollection.com. It would mean the world to me. I mean the world, dude. If y'all could just go check it out, subscribe to the podcast, share it to a couple friends, maybe even leave me a review. Yeah, let me know how I'm doing, even if it's 1 star. If you can leave no stars, then leave no stars if you fucking hate it that much, yeah? But I love you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing week, month, year, and life. I'll check you guys out on the flip side, all right? Stay motivated. Bang. Yo, what up, everybody? I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. It would mean the absolute world to me, and I mean the world to me, if you guys could just retweet, share it, tell your friends about it, and hit that subscribe button on whatever platform you guys are listening to this to. Again, it would mean the world, man, and I truly appreciate every single one of you. All right? Have a blessed day.